to be here.
Don't point your finger at me.
Hi everyone, welcome to Smack Reviews. If you love our honest reviews, smack that subscribe button so you never miss out. So today, we have some serious behind the scenes RHOP tea that has been bubbling all over social media. So apparently, some interesting screenshots have surfaced from what looks like Cookie's alleged burner account. And let's just say, she had a lot to say about some of these ladies. Plus, we're gonna get into Wendy and Monique because their names being brought up again has stirred the pot even more. So grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's talk about it. First up, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the alleged burner account situation. I'm not saying Cookie confirmed this. I'm not saying Bravo confirmed this. I'm just saying these screenshots look very detailed, very specific, and whoever was behind the account had time, energy, and clear opinions about the RHOP girls. At the time of this video, both burner accounts have been set to private, and without further ado, I'm going to read these screenshots. Well, the scene at Wendy's birthday party when all the women were reading the Cookie Chronicles was edited because it exposed Stacy's lie. Why Stacy go to NY exec to get those cut? Because she was exposed. I was just told the Cookie Chronicles is the list of all the lies Stacy has told, and it includes text messages by Stacy which leads to her being exposed. You have good eyes to make that out. And then in the next burner account, she says she was fired, and then we can't see what it says there. So I'm gonna say blank channel here. She was fired from QVC ETC. She needs to tap into a bath. In this season, I've heard twice her breath was stinking. I'm speaking facts, not for jokes. And then someone replied, Lord Stacy. And then Burner says, also, the local black news anchors all thought that one of the other women were bringing Stacy around, and then they realized she was lying and saying this one or that one invited her. When the news anchors talked, they all realized she was lying to everybody and was stalking them all. I'm not kidding about the body odor either. Now, the breathe, I think she meant to say like breath. Now, the breath issues we are hearing for the first time this season. I'm mad they edited out parts and made Cookie leave. Shows how produced the show is. Did you see how many security guards they had there? They wanted it to jump off, but just a little. Hashtag RHOP. Wendy is a scammer on TV and real life. Hashtag RHOP. Monique saying on TV that Chris Samuels couldn't ever have sex with her again. I don't think he want to ever sleep with, I think they probably said you again after all the others he's found out she's been with. Hashtag RHOP. Wendy just dropped Candace like a hot potato for Monique. Let's see if Monique will visit Wendy in the pen. Hashtag RHOP. Yep, you saw how fast security escorted her out. I bet they edited something we didn't see too. Hashtag RHOP. Monique is not who she's trying to fool people into believing she is. Hashtag RHOP. Monique is the real demonic one because how come Cookie is listed along with the family and their goodbyes to Chuck? Cookies is there and her picture is there as well. Hashtag RHOP. Hashtag Monique be lying. Now, this is the last one I thought that was also kind of messy. They said, Eddie wore his church shoes to court. You still going to jail, Mr. Hennessy. LOL. Hashtag RHOP. Now, this was petty, direct, and definitely written by someone who watches the show like a hawk. Let me ask y'all, do you think Cookie should be part of the main cast? I've been seeing people say they want her to join, so let me know down below what you think. I also found it interesting how she chose Wendy's face for one of these burner accounts. And speaking of Wendy, let's get into what went down on December 2nd. Now let's shift into Dr. Wendy Osefo because her name and Eddie's have been popping up heavily lately. They've officially changed their legal strategy. They asked the court to be tried as co-defendants instead of separately, and the judge granted it. So what does that mean for their fraud case, for the alleged for the alleged 2024 burglary and insurance claim. It means their fates are now tied. Same trial, same timeline. Their next hearing is scheduled for December 19th, just days before Christmas. Wow. I heard that at the December 2nd court hearing, Wendy and Eddie pulled up well dressed and fully prepared for media to be outside to capture what's going on, like the Karen Huger trial. But it wasn't that kind of day. It was raining. Some of the roads had sleet, and the best photo I've seen online is this one. Not too long ago on Wendy's Instagram, she posted a picture saying, "Thank God I don't look like what I have been through." That caption alone, that tells me they are stressed about these court updates and the direction this case is heading. At the end of the day, I hope these alleged charges aren't true. I'm still shocked by those mugshots though, because it was definitely giving the movie Smile. If you know, you know. Now, the fraud allegations themselves are serious. Prosecutors claim the couple used dozens of credit debit cards, some allegedly under aliases, to mask their identities, about 40 cards total. Wendy and Eddie's team deny everything, saying any aliases were just for deliveries, not for fraud. This update doesn't clear them, but it does reset the legal playing field, and it adds another layer to Wendy's RHOP storyline. Expect this to be a major talking point if they address it at the reunion or in interviews. Now over to Monique. In a recent interview, she dropped some heavy allegations involving Chris and Cookie. She claims her ex-husband Chris has been quote-unquote keeping tabs on her re-entry into RHOP and has been using intermediaries, mainly Cookie, to stay connected to cash drama without contacting Monique directly. Monique also claims there was communication between Chris and cast member Stacey Rush. Chris denied it publicly, but Monique says she's seen the messages herself. She also alleges that a video of her and a former radio co-host from 2023 was leaked by Chris through someone she trusted, and it ended up posted on what she calls one of Cookie's fake Twitter pages. In Monique's view, this was a manipulation tactic meant to intimidate her and sabotage her return to RHOP. She doesn't hide her distrust either. She's publicly said she cut Cookie off because of the rumors that her and Chris were having an affair, and the behind the scenes messy stuff she believes Cookie has been spreading, which I showed you guys earlier in those screenshots. What's wild is Monique isn't just talking, she's coming back with her truth on every platform: interviews, podcasts, social media, even her book memoir. Okay, here's why this combo of Wendy's legal chaos, Monique's allegations, and Cookie's alleged burner accounts is so spicy. It blurs the line between the show and real life. If Wendy's trial moves forward, that's real consequences, not just storyline drama for reality TV. People are starting to wonder, is this a reality show or a real legal saga? With Monique, she's reclaiming her narrative. She's saying this is what actually happened, and she's daring the cast and the fans to believe her. And for the group dynamic, every rumor, every alliance, and every shady post matters. It affects more than friendships. It affects reputation, families, and maybe even legal standing. Okay, overall, this whole situation is wild. Wendy's case is getting more serious by the minute. Monique is out here dropping tea about Chris and Cookie, and honestly, RHOP is giving more drama off camera than on the actual show. This season has already been all over the place. It's had its highs and its lows. But y'all let me know what you think. Do you feel like Wendy and Eddie teaming up in court is gonna help them or hurt them? And with Monique, do you think she's telling the full truth, or is this just more behind the scenes mess finally coming to light? Drop your thoughts down below. Make sure to like, share, comment, and please subscribe. Bye!